Indeed, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome along to the Chris Reardon Show, United Kingdom Talk, here on United Kingdom Radio on Saturday, the 9th of October 2010, and it's just coming up to 5 minutes past 3. And what happened to the wonderful day that we have been promised on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday this week? I'm sure you must have seen it in the weather here in the UK. We had a wonderful day yesterday and quite a nice day Thursday, but we were promised this would continue over the weekend, and today would start out cloudy with a bit of mist, but that will soon burn off to leave a bright, sunny day. And it hasn't happened, has it? Most disappointed. Let me turn my speakers down. Most disappointed. No sunny weather at all. How are people supposed to go out and do their farming? Like Leon Corrigan, for example. And new listeners of the show, Leon is a young farmer. Oh, yes, ladies, I thought that'd get you interested, but it's got me interested. I know it'll get you interested as well. Yes, he does farming, but more about that later on, if we have time. Okay, there's an email address if you want to join in at any time. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And if you were listening to the show before mine, which was on live, of course, last night, Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell, live here on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk on Friday night at 8 o'clock UK time. The technical genius. The technical geniuses. Is that the plural of genius? I don't know. Hello? Can you hear me? You can't hear me, can you? Can you hear me? Oh, hang on a minute. Have I done something wrong? Of course you can. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. I'm looking at 10 things at once here. Yes, Terry, Turner and Travis Mitchell, the technical geniuses here now at United Kingdom Radio. I could not do it alone. We're all automatic, and it's only down to those two who constantly work hard behind the scenes to get it all working. Well, I was listening to their show last night. I noticed they've been running this competition, which seems to have gone on now for about 25 years. And have you noticed, no one ever seems to win? Oh, Mikey Holt. Young Mikey Holt was on there last night. I don't think he actually entered the competition, but he was definitely on sort of a chat thing. They were having a chat thing on Skype last night, and he was screaming that the whole thing is fixed and that no one ever wins. And I'm starting to wonder myself, really. It does seem quite a difficult. I mean, to be quite honest, I think you've got more chance of winning the National Lottery. Oh, do you know what? I haven't checked my numbers. Because they reckon someone in the UK has won £116 million. Have they got the person yet? Has that person come forward? Because I haven't checked my ticket yet. It's downstairs. Do you think I might have won? I'll tell you what I'll do. Fellow presenters of United Kingdom Radio, if this is the case, I will buy you all a top-spec computer and a top-spec microphone and a top-spec mixer. You can't go fairer than that, can you? And no, you can't have the money instead. Pardon? I don't care if you've got a... You're not having the money instead. No. Anyway, the prize on the Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell. Travis Mitchell. Sounds very camp, doesn't he? Travis Mitchell. Travis Mitchell show. Their prize is a very nice prize. It's a Roberts Stream 202 radio. Wi-Fi, DAB and FM. Very, very nice prize to win, but it does seem to have been going on for quite some time. I'm not quite sure if anyone's actually going to win. And apparently you have to guess some numbers between, I think, 1 and 9, okay? You've got to guess, I think it's, it's ever so complicated. You've got to guess 6 numbers between 1 and 9, I gather. And then if they've got these numbers written down in front of them, they tell you, oh, you've got 2 of the numbers, but not in the right order. I mean, how do you know they're not making it up? That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, presumably they're going to have to give away the prize at some point. Poor old Suko was on there. And it's interesting to note also that whenever people seem to get close to the numbers, their Skype seems to suddenly fail. Now, you wouldn't be cutting them off, boys, would you? I'll be very, very disappointed if I find out that you're cutting off people who are getting close to winning the prize. Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell, 8 p.m. Friday nights UK time. Nutters, absolute nutters on there. I noticed on last night's show, which I was listening today as I cycled away down to the shops. I usually go down to the shops on a Saturday morning. Just had to get a few carrots and what did I buy? Carrots and Lenor. You know that Lenor fabric conditioner? They've got some new smells. And they last forever. You must get yourself the new Lenor. I think it's the lavender one. It's a purple colour. And it says 4 times the freshness. And do your sheets in it. Incidentally, it is now that time of the year, boys and girls, where it's time to, well, perhaps not tonight because it's still quite warm. It is time to start changing your Egyptian cotton sheets to flannelette. Much, much warmer. Time to check. Possibly put the electric blanket on underneath as well, assuming you've got one that you sleep on. Oh, I've got one. Oh, one of the best buys I've ever had. Oh, there seems to be a call coming in now. Who's on line 467? Speak.
Hello, Mr. Reardon.
Oh,
what's all this slagging this show off, dear?
Is it Terry? I don't want to give any prizes away, Turner.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I know, he's rubbish, isn't he?
What are you saying about this show?
Eh?
What are you saying? Are you implying that we cut people off so we don't give away this radio?
What do you mean?
Oh dear, I can't sit here and listen to that, you know?
Well, I noticed, whenever someone seems to get close, suddenly, we seem to have lost Zuko. Oh, we can't get hold of Ross. Oh, no Leon, try later. And they all seem to get cut off.
I think that's your fault, Chris.
Eh?
That's your fault. You're jinxing the show a bit.
I'm not jinxing anyone. But, how long's that competition been going on? 5, 6, 7 years, is it now?
Something like that.
I tell you what we're going to do. Next week, you're coming on the show and you're having a go.
Well, I can't, can I? Well, I did try and ring you, actually. I've just got to bend down here and plug something in. Just a minute now. Oh, dear.
See, look, even we're not that unprofessional, are we? Everything's plugged in before the show.
Well, I can't believe it. Someone wants to use the Wizard TBU. Oh, by the way, I've got a question for everyone today. You can do it in an email if you want to. My dear friend Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell, they're trying to start up a little music station themselves. Have we got a date for this show? Are we looking at next year sometime now, are we going?
1st of January.
1st of January. And
I'm launching it with
the
my
station
show.
name, preliminarily, how do you say that? Preliminarily, can you say it, Travis Mitchell?
What?
Preliminarily, no, not what? Preliminarily.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to try.
Incidentally, I noticed as your show went on and on last night, and it did, on and on, I noticed your northern accent was getting heavier and heavier as the show went on. Is there some reason for that?
I don't know. We should blame Mark for changing it.
You know why that is, don't you? It's because he's just relaxing into the show just as it gets to the end.
Well, I noticed they have a preliminary name for this station, and that is You Love It, We Play It.
I like the name.
It doesn't catch at all. You got to have one word. I've got one for you.
How about
Terry's already told you. Have you, Terry?
No, I haven't. No, not yet.
Okay, ready? Wizard FM.
Oh, yeah. He was mentioning that before
Hang on. That's technically 2 words, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it could be, yes. I suppose it could be.
And we're not on FM.
No, you're not. But FM indicates radio.
True.
Hey, there's an idea. Wizard.fm.
What's that mean? Wizard.fm?
That's a domain, isn't it, dear? Wizard.fm.
Oh.
Like they do last.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that because now you'll have some clever Herbert go and take that now
James Lawson.
You see, I've already looked it up and it's available. wizardfm.co.uk.
I think James might take it.
You don't want it, do you?
I think Chris Reardon should purchase it, and we should become part of the United Kingdom Radio Network.
You don't like
The
it, do
new
you?
network.
Travis doesn't like it, does he? Doesn't like it.
Oh, you can have that name, and we'll
You
just
don't like
keep it.
No,
ours.
okay. No, I don't know why I bother sometimes. You know, you go out to help people, and that's it. You gotta tell me if you don't like. Don't beat about the bush. Just tell me I don't like it. Go on.
I do not like it.
Right. Well, what you can't have that. That other one is just too long, and you love it. We play it.
You could shorten it. You could have it as we play it.
No.
But then you're missing the whole point. You see.
No.
What about Dazzle?
Dazzle's good.
Reminds me of that washing detergent.
Or Omo in your case. You're listening to Omo with Terry Turner.
Do you know what? Avon do a nice little aftershave called Omo.
Well, I mean, I did notice a lot of mentions on your show last night. I got a lot of mentions. You were calling me tight and accusing me of going to clinics and various other places. What's all that about then?
I don't know what you mean.
I must admit, I was disappointed not to hear your rendition last night of Annie, as I heard last week. Could we have it now, please?
No.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow you'll be gone, is it? I don't know. It was very good last week. We missed that last night, dear.
Well, what shall I do next week? Perhaps over the... You know what I should do? I should get out my organ.
Well, I've got one here somewhere. Oh, no, it's in the cupboard. It's in the cupboard.
What's it doing in the cupboard? You can't play it in there.
Yeah, I know. Oscar reckons, and he's quite right actually, music radio is for people with no brains. Oscar, it depends how it's done. Now, Radio 2... Oh, I just found my little thing here. Look, from last week. I like that. Don't you like that? Yes, music people is for people. It depends how it's done. Now, take Radio 2, for example. That is lovely, isn't it? It's a collection of personalities who've got something to say with a bit of music as well. But you're quite right. Heart FM, Capital, no, that really is for people with no brains, we reckon, Oscar. What do you reckon, Terry and Travis Mitchell?
Well, I personally, I think it's a large company that's taken over the entire industry, ruined it, destroyed it,
yes,
and put a lot of people out of jobs.
Yes.
And that's why we're left with all these brainless presenters.
Just a computer chucking out a load of music. I don't know why this ever happened. We don't want to go on to that subject because I could talk on that for hours. But I don't understand how the regulator ever allowed that to happen. It was supposed to be little local stations with local presenters of varying levels of ability. You know, no one's going to be great, but it doesn't matter how bad you are, someone will always have fans.
Have we got the Labour government to blame for forming Ofcom?
No, I don't know. But it
because
should never
before then, with the radio authority, everything was nice and smooth, wasn't it?
You can't turn it backwards now, unfortunately. It's the way it is, and that's why people like you and me are out here doing our own little internet thing, and that's what we want to do, and that's it. We may never have tens of millions of listeners, but it doesn't matter. People on here, particularly there's a couple of people on here who are constantly worrying about how many people are listening. Don't worry, if just 2 people are listening, you know, then it's worth doing, in my opinion. That's
I like the way you say that, and then suddenly glance over to your other screen.
Yeah, I've got 4 in here now. There's 4 screens in here, all doing different things, and someone's trying to call in, so I'm going to go to them and get rid of you.
Well, make sure you don't continue to slag off that show, dear.
I did quite like it. At the end of the show, Travis started to get a little bit agitated, I thought, and he was saying, "Does anyone actually listen to the question?" It did sound rather... I thought you were getting quite aggressive there, Travis. I was a little bit scared that a fist was going to come down that microphone to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very scary indeed. Thank you for the call.
No, thank you. And join us next week, Chris. And
I shall indeed.
Give you the internet radio. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I've got one already, but another one in the bathroom wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, in the bathroom. What, with the candles?
Yes, it certainly is. Cheerio, boys.
Thanks, Chris.
Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell there. Do try and win that radio from them next week, all right? Let's go over to the USA. White Top, hello. Irving Distiller.
Well, I am so honored to finally be able to crash through the barrier and make it onto United Kingdom radio.
It's been a very, very long time, sir.
I think I have a better name for their forthcoming, radio program.
Go on.
Everybody has to have their own little niche if you're going to have a, group of faithful followers, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think I have the perfect niche for Terry. Perfect.
Go on.
I think they should call their new radio venture Discord Radio.
Discord Radio. So we write that one down.
Discord Radio, specifically designed for people who are tone deaf.
Discord Radio for those that are tone deaf. We do. What do you think of the name they've got at the moment? You name it, we play it.
It kind of reminds me of the music that you would hear when you were in the chemist standing in line waiting to buy a laxative.
It's too long, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's far too long. You got to have a one name. I tell you what, let's open this to people. If anyone's got a name for a radio station playing music, sort of between the ages, aimed at an audience, I suppose, between 15 and 45, I would guess, then send it in on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Suggestions for a name for a new little internet music station, okay? What do you suggest as the name? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, Irving, you've sent me in a picture here today, and you're saying it's you in a suit. Now, how do I know? And you've sent me a picture, and or someone, an elderly gentleman with long white hair. Why you want to dye your hair white, I don't know. And a tie and a jacket and a shirt, standing in front of a tree. How do I know it's you? Because I've seen so many different pictures of you dotted all around the place. Public telephone boxes, on the walls in public conveniences, that sort of thing. I've seen so many photos of you that how do I actually know it's you?
Well, one really does never know. It's the point of the whole picture was simply the fact that you needed to have moved your screen a little more to the right before you printed that picture out, and you would have noticed that there were tags hanging out that jacket.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Let me have a quick look at the right. Oh, yeah, you've got your labels on there as well, the Wall Street labels that you seem to have borrowed this jacket from a shop, have you?
Well, they made me purchase it, but I just, I ran in, grabbed what I needed, ran out, went to the aforementioned get-together.
Yeah.
And as soon as it was over, I ran back to the shop and explained to them that it just didn't fit in with the rest of my wardrobe and got my money back.
Well, I mean, you wrote in your email here, hello, Sir Christopher. Attached is a photograph, proof that I am indeed tighter with my money than you, which, by the way, I have saved money this week, Irving. I'll come on to that in a minute. After wearing this new suit to a party and nearly getting frosting from a cake on it, I was able to secure a full refund. Let's see you top that. Your unfaithful and servant and listener, Irving. Well, it's a good way to do it. I know you can hire suits, but I wonder if anyone else, how many people actually, buy a suit, so to speak, wear it out somewhere for whatever occasion, and then take it back again saying they'd changed their mind. I wonder how many people actually do that, Irving.
No, I'm sure I'm not the first one to come up with that idea. And that reminds me, before I forget, I know how much you like buffets.
Yes, I do. Like a buffet at a wedding.
You're with those. I discovered years ago the best way to enjoy a really, really good free buffet is to go to a venue where they host wedding receptions.
Right.
You get there early, and you go to the bar, because that's where the people, land when they come in from the wedding while they're waiting for them to open up the reception room. And then you start chatting up some of the single ladies that are in the group, and when they open up the doors for the reception room, you just walk in with the ladies, and you got a free meal.
You don't care, do you?
What do you mean I don't care?
Well,
I'm a very picky eater. I care a lot.
I think you're the ultimate freebie man.
Well, bear in mind, there's, some inconvenience to me because I'm forced into, dancing, with some of the ladies and keeping them entertained during the course of the evening, but it's a small price to pay for a decent meal and free drinks, so what the heck.
Oh, dear. Well, I've got to congratulate you. I think you've done very well, Irving. Very well indeed.
Well, I'm always constantly looking for ways to, save money.
I've never bought an item of clothing, worn it and taken it back. Never done that before.
You haven't?
No.
Well, if you'd stop going and buying clothes when they have those, end of the year clearance sales.
Well, that's what I usually do, yes. That is what I usually do, yes.
They have those big signs up that say, all sales are final.
That's right, yeah. And then they have another sale next week.
Yeah, that's why you never get to take things back. But
well, it's great to talk to you after so long, Irving.
Well, it's nice to see you in person and hear your dulcet tones. And as soon as I figure out I've got a fantastic new computer that was designed and built for me by an engineer friend of mine in California.
Oh, wonderful, yeah.
Did a fantastic job. Unfortunately, I'm technically challenged to the point where I'm still learning how to, I've learned how to turn it on.
Yeah.
And I've learned how to watch things because I'm watching you.
Yeah, but I mean, you're an engineer. The times I've asked things and you've come back to me telling me how to do, you will work it out. I know you'll work it out.
I'll definitely. I've got even sent along a camera.
Yeah.
But I want to put a camera outside so that I can point it into my garden so I can take videos of the neighbors' cats when they come wandering through to visit. And there's all sorts of birds that I feed and Occasionally, there's a wood nymph or two that comes drifting in out of the forest.
The idea is
behind.
not to actually point the camera towards the neighbours' windows. You know that, don't you?
I've looked for the camera I'm getting's got one of those automated mounts on it, so I've got a little joystick. I can go up, down, left, right, zoom it in and out, stuff like that.
Well, I'm glad I'm not your neighbour, to be honest.
Well, it took me a while, but I finally found a nice video camera that has a 60 power optical zoom.
Oh yes.
So I figure if I mount that up on the roof of the house, I should have I'll be able to reach out and
that'll do a nice zoom in for you there.
Definitely.
That'll do a nice zoom in for you. Lovely to talk to you.
Okay, well, it's nice hearing you, and I hope I haven't scared away too much. Oh my goodness!
Not at all. Feel free to come along at any time, and when you're ready, give me a shout. There's always a space here for you.
But I hate to tell you this, but when I started, there were like 87 viewers, and right now we've dropped down to 7.
What? Don't worry. It's only a number. Don't. Too many people here worrying about numbers all the time. My brother-in-law was on it the other day. He was looking me up on the internet and was very concerned that my website was something like 10 millionth in the world. And it should be higher. And his was higher. Therefore, I must be doing something wrong. What's all this concern about what position you are everywhere and how many listeners you've got and how much money you've got and how, and what position you are on the internet or where you come in? What's all the worry about?
Well, I figure once I go to my New Year's Eve party with Lady Gaga, I should probably, shoot up the charts. So we'll see how that works out.
Did you say you're going to shoot up with Lady Gaga? We don't condone drugs on this program, Irving.
No, I was just talking about my popularity ratings. What I do with Lady Gaga is, what goes on in Gaga land stays in Gaga land. So.
You take care now.
You too.
Bye-bye, Irving Distiller there. Oh, lovely to hear him again. It's been so long since we chatted to him. All right then, boys and girls. Now, we were talking about holiday camps on the last show, and someone wants to give us a little chat on the phone. And of course, I've got a blooming ring in. Let me just dial this number. And that should work okay. Hello! Right, hold on there. I might get this wrong. Let's see if this works. Have I got you? Have I got you there? Are you on there?
I'm here.
Ah, you're on there. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Reardon.
Oh, yes, it's Carl I'm boring wearing from Yorkshire. How are you?
Thank you very much indeed. Just give me a minute. I'm actually just in the middle of registering a domain here. What was that? Wizardradio.fm. Okay, I think we've got to start that sorted.
I knew that. That's it. That'd be his own fault for coming out with that.
Absolutely.
Because, do you know what I didn't do? I'm not going to bother now. What I had intended, what I was hoping they were going to say, oh, that's a really good name, Chris, they would have said. And I was hoping Travis was going to say the same thing. And then I was going to register it and send all the details to them as a little gift.
Oh, dear.
No. And one thing you've got to learn, boys, never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Absolutely.
Not that I look like a horse.
I was going to say, I was going to mention that.
What, that I look like a horse?
Something, yes.
I look nothing like a horse. I haven't got a long chin or lots of teeth.
Fair enough. Okay, then.
Quick message coming in here from PRTJM, that's a Skype message, says, can you please say thanks to Lil for sattering me to this way message to introduce yourself. Hi from Colorado Springs, Colorado, USA. Very good. Nice there.
Nice. I have to say, doesn't Irving Distiller have the best voice ever?
Oh yes.
That guy could do wonders as a voiceover.
He could do. I can see him doing the voices for cartoon characters or advertising things.
Well, this is it. You should get him to do that first bit on your podcasts.
Well, that's. There's quite a lot of them now. That's the only thing. You do them sort of one at a time. But yes, and it has to be an English voice, really. Because
I suppose it does actually. Yes, thinking about it. Good
I'm
point.
constantly listening for a voice to do that. To do that little opening bit rather than my own, so people know when the shows are recorded and when it's live.
Right. Well, I could suggest a couple of people.
Oh yes.
Yes. Well, I think one that you put me onto originally, Sean Bolger, would be good.
Oh, of course, yeah, young Sean.
And of course, the other guy is Corky. Oh, what's his name? Oh, hang on a minute. It'll come to me in a minute. We'll talk about something else in a minute, and then I'll think of his name in a minute.
Okay.
Well, I was just going to mention you were talking about
Pontin's holiday camp.
A little while ago.
From where I used to go?
Yes. Well, I've recently my family, my parents and I, have started going back to Pontin's, but not for a general one of their holidays,
right.
But for the annual Electronic Organ and Keyboard Festival.
They used to have quite a lot of different festivals like that. They had a soul weekend, I remember.
That's right. They're still doing that sort of thing. You see the adverts for them all over the place when you're down there.
They had some unusual things like basket weaving weekends and all this business. And
haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, there were quite a lot of different things they were doing at some point.
They still do those, yes.
So what's the one you went to?
It's the keyboard. They call it Organ and Keyboard Cavalcade.
Right.
It's basically a whole week where they take over the whole camp. There's nobody else in except the people who are interested in organ and keyboards.
Right.
And we have concerts every night, teachings and displays and what have you during the day and that sort of thing. It's a really good week, but what I wanted to say was
do you get to perform yourself?
Well, there is that possibility. They have a jellies on parade sort of one afternoon in the week and that sort of thing, but I have yet to do that. But all I was going to say is that the Pontins, it's Pontins down at oh, good grief! I've forgotten. I knew I'd forget that now. Where is it? There's one on the southeast coast, a bit near, not too far, Lowestoft. That's the one.
Oh yes, Pontin's Lowestoft.
Pontin's at Lowestoft. It's moved around a bit.
Is that the Breen Sands one?
No, it's Pontin's. No, it's Pakefield.
Pakefield. Oh no, we didn't go to that one.
No,
and that was one of the larger ones, I believe.
Well, yeah. I think it is. And the food is still very good. It's not, it's not top draw. It's not fantastic, but it does for a week holiday.
Is the oh, by the way, Spencer Cork, Terry.
That's the fella. Thank you. Yes.
Is the food is it all in?
Yes, it is for the week we go there. Yeah.
Really? Because I'd heard that Pontin. You see, when I went to Pontin's, and it was wonderful holidays. Wonderful holidays, but the food was all included. There was no cooking, no self-catering, no going out to restaurants. You went to the dining hall, a little bit like a big school dining hall, to be honest. You know,
yes, it is, but this one's got a ship theme to it.
So they're still doing that?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yes, well, they certainly are for this week that we go.
You know, I'd love to go there. I'd never find anyone to come with me. You know, no one would want to go to any of these Pontin. I'd love to do. I'd love to take my sister, but the trouble is, my sister, she's got 3 dogs, and she don't leave them. She won't leave them. I can't. Whenever I say, "Oh, why don't we go?" I can't leave the dogs. I can't. Oh, it drives me mad. Can't. I've offered to pay for her to come on holiday with me. Maybe with not the 2 older ones, because they're too old. They've got the boyfriends and girlfriends. But the little one, Jimmy, 13, he would love it.
He would.
He would love it. But nah, can't leave the dogs. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that are going to look after them. Oh no, they miss me. What a load of old trollop she talks sometimes. Anyway, go on with your Pontins. Carry on.
No, all I was going to say is you're right. It probably is still a good holiday there in its own right. But I mean, I haven't any experience of that because I've only ever been to this one week where we take over the whole site. But right. I just wanted to say that yes, you know, you're right. The food is decent, and
it's decent, isn't it? We're not talking posh.
Oh, absolutely not. But it, you know, suits me down to the ground.
You can finish everything on the plate, can't you?
Absolutely. I mean, like you, I don't really go for foreign fancy foods and things. They do, you know, fish and
you're
chips.
a Yorkshire man, aren't you?
Well, exactly, yes.
That's why.
The only problem is that I don't think they've ever done Yorkshire puddings, which is never good, but never mind.
Oh, no, we used to have roast. Oh, it was wonderful. And I tell you what, you were never hungry. Were never ever hungry in this, but you know, sometimes you go to, well, I mean, I don't, but I've seen people go to posh restaurants and things like that, and I can never remember what it's called now. Is it a la carte?
No, you're talking about this nouveau cuisine.
Nouveau cuisine, that's it. And they get this great big plate,
and a little tiny portion in the middle.
In the middle of it is this tiniest piece of food you've ever seen, and it's cost them £600.
Yeah, I mean, this week we go on, it costs us, I think it costs something like just under 300 each or something like that. 200 and some.
Oh, 300 each, and how long's that for?
That's for an entire week.
That sounds pretty good to me.
All in, you don't pay anything else for meals. Obviously, if you want to, drinks at the bar, that's extra.
Yes.
But all your meals are paid for,
right.
and the 3-course meals.
Oh yeah.
If you want to have, you can have as much or as little as you want.
I know, but you know, there are 2-3. You have a 3-course meal for lunch and a 3-course meal, and what's the breakfast?
You can have 3 courses for breakfast if you want. I mean, they do cereals and porridge and pineapple, whatever. All the fruits and things,
and then the cooks,
and then you cooked English.
You have the I could never. I would love to go to Pontin's for a week again.
Oh, I'd love to come with you. I would happily come with you.
That. We'd have to have separate beds, Carl.
Of course, yes. 2 singles. I'll tell you what, though. One week of eating at Pontin's, I'll come back looking like Terry Turner.
Oh, that's a cruel.
Sorry, Terry. I'm only joking, mate.
He went to one of those nouveau cuisine dinners once. He sat down. The dinner came. He took a look at it and passed out, dear.
Yeah.
Tiniest dinners are what complete waste of time.
Absolutely.
I just don't see the enjoyment in it.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, there we are.
Anyway,
what was the chalet like? Was it cleanish?
It was all right for the fact that you slept there and that was it.
Right. Okay.
The carpets were a bit shabby and.
Oh, I like that word. It's one of my favourite words. That shabby. Yeah.
Yeah, the carpets were a bit shabby, but I mean, they've probably not been decorated for, done over for 20 odd years or whatever. But
yes, I don't think they make that much. I haven't, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think they actually make that much money.
I don't know about that. But to be fair to Pontin's Lowestoft, they are now, I believe, doing some sort of upgrading where they're actually doubling the size of the place.
Right. Wow.
Doing a load of building. It's going to take 5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're doubling the size of the building, and then they're going back and redoing the living accommodations when they've got the others built, sort of thing.
The ones that are already there. So presumably they're building this during the winter and not while it's open, surely.
Well, no, the extension, they're doubling the size of the place, and the bits, obviously, that they're building, they can build all year round because it doesn't interfere with the main part of the working part of the current buildings.
Do you have the blue coats there on those weeks, or not?
No, generally not, no.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
So, I mean, obviously we don't know what they do, what they get up to during a normal week, because we don't see them.
Oh, it was great fun.
But I'd love to be one, wouldn't you?
What, a blue coat? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's something I'd always wanted to be, ever since I went there. But the money is diabolical. And once you take a job like that, certainly in my case, I would lose everything else that I'm doing.
Yes. Yeah.
And then when the season finishes, what do you do?
Well, exactly, yeah.
You can't expect clubs and bars to hold open your jobs for that period of time.
No, or even just take you on off-season sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they just wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I'd love to ask one how they manage, but I'd never see any.
Yeah. Lee Mills, who does a show here. Oh, incidentally, the Lee Mills show, that's on video only at the moment. See the station schedule at unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. He's got a wonderful studio where he does his shows now. But as I say, it's not on the radio. It's on the watch button only at unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, and the same address for the schedule. He says here, Lee Mills was Captain Croc and Florence.
Yes. Captain Croc was a character.
I look at these pictures of Lee Mills sometimes, and he does look like a Florence, doesn't he? Be honest.
Just a little.
I mean, when I was going, we didn't have that crocodile thing, and I know the thing you mean. Crocodile, da 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 da. They didn't have all that then. They had the children's club. And we had our very own little bingo. All these children when I was little, and we went and played our own bingo. Had the hokey cokey and all that at night time. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I would love to do it. I bet it's not the same now, but I'd love to do it just for the sake of having the food, I think.
Yes, so when you're having to cook for a week.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you'd also put the weight on.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the chalets were okay. They certainly weren't 5-star. I'd put them maybe 3.5 stars.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I never understand these people who go on holidays and book a 10-star hotel. And what do they do? Do they sit in that room for the next 7 days? What?
I don't know.
My ex did this last week. My ex did this. It was his 3rd year anniversary.
Oh, Ron.
Right. Sorry. Did I say my ex? Well, he was. Yeah, I mean, my best friend Ron.
Yeah.
He did this last week. He had his 3rd year anniversary with that young thing that he goes out with, right? And they booked.
Not that you're jealous.
No, not at all. They booked this hotel, right?
Yeah.
In London. Okay?
Yeah.
It was, sort of in the middle of London because his other half works in the hotel industry, so they got it cheaper.
Fair enough.
Nevertheless, they booked a hotel room just for this night because it's all romantic and all that old rubbish, at £100. Not only that, they also went out for dinner in London, and that cost them another 50 quid.
I'm going to say that would be cheap.
150 quid on one night. And I said to him, you two you are mad. Do you know how far away this hotel was from his house?
Go on.
About 1.5 miles.
Oh dear.
Now, you please tell me, I've never heard of so much waste of money in all my life.
Yeah. Some people have more money than sense.
I said, I've got the spare room here. I said, I could have put down, I've got one of those settees that go down. What are they called? The settee goes down into a bed.
A bed settee?
Is that what it's called?
Well, I call them bed settees, yeah.
Bed settee. I've got a bed settee. I said I could have put that down. I could have done some nice steak and chips in the oven. So I wouldn't mind, putting on a little French maid's outfit and coming in and out and serving them dinner while they're sitting there. And then they could have gone in their room, all for like 25 quid.
I think I'd have charged them a bit more, but anyway, okay, I see your point.
What is the point of that? He said, oh, you're not romantic. Too right, I'm not romantic. Not for 150 quid in a hotel room that's a mile and a half away from my house.
Absolutely. Ridiculous.
Ron hates it when I tell him my stories of saving money.
Yes, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he would love to win this 112 million, wouldn't he?
Oh, I don't know if I might have won it. I've got to go down and check my numbers later.
Oh, dear.
Yes, it's all very, very exciting.
Don't you think, just to move on slightly, don't you think it's a bit ridiculous that one person can win that much money?
Yes, I do.
I'd rather 112 people won $1 million.
I think, should it have a limit?
Yes.
I don't know. What I'd like to see is that 112 million maybe split up into 30 different prizes or whatever.
Well, yeah, like I said...
No, actually, 112 million...
112 people win $1 million each?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Actually, I know this £1 million is a lot to you and me, but if you want one of those great big houses, it won't buy it anymore.
Well, okay.
Shall we say 2 million?
Yeah, all right.
66 people could have won 2 million each. I think that would have been better, yes.
If they had said you've got, you've a chance of, winning chance of winning 2 million, 66 people win 2 million, I'd have gone for a ticket, It's just the fact that they give it all to one person.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
What would you do with that money? What would you do? Plastic surgery or...
Lifts, I think.
Lifts?
Yes.
Well, where do you want to start?
Make myself a little bit taller.
I'm looking at your photo now on the Skype. I wouldn't know where to start, Carl.
Lifts in my shoes, dear boy. That's what I meant. Make myself a bit taller. No, I'll tell you what. First thing I'd do, I'd give half of it away.
Yeah.
To charities and things.
Yeah, I'd probably give a lot of mine away.
And actually, one thing I probably would do is buy the local commercial station.
Yeah. I'd walk into certain jobs and tell them where to go, I reckon.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want a commercial radio station. They're all tied up in regular...
Well, no, I'd buy it and then run it my way.
Yeah. You do it your way.
And we wouldn't have anybody singing on it. Especially not you.
I could come and do some karaoke songs. Lee Mills says Holiday on the Buses was shot at Wales Pontins in Prestatyn. Did you know that?
No, but I've never seen the film, so...
Oh, you're joking. Have you never seen On the Buses?
No.
Well, go and get yourself the DVD. It's hilarious.
All right, then.
Absolutely hilarious. You must go and watch that.
It'll be on the TV at some point.
I'm sure it will. 3 or 4 times a year.
Probably.
Thanks very much, Carl Waring in Yorkshire.
Thank you, Mr. Reardon. Shall I get your new numbers off you later, or what?
Well, I don't know if I'm giving them out to people, actually.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I'm giving them out to people.
Well, you never ring me anyway, so what's the point?
Just a moment now. Just a moment.
I should have yours anyway, because it'll be on 1471, won't it?
Where are we now? Just a minute now. I'm doing all this wrong now.
You said, okay. I'll speak to you later. Get on with your show. You've got just another 10 minutes to do.
We can't be giving out our number left, right and centre.
No, of course you can't. I'll speak to you later, mate.
Have you got your mobile phone nearby?
I do, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's not switched on, but it's somewhere.
Oh, you blooming idiot. Go on, get off the line.
Have a good one, mate.
Cheerio, Carl.
Bye.
There we are. Carl Waring in Yorkshire. Another fan of the wonderful Pontins, I'm pleased to say. We love Pontins, don't we? Now, I've got a couple of emails to read you out here. By the way, did I give out Skype? If you want to join in by Skype this afternoon, you can do so. My Skype username is all one word, United Kingdom Radio. Okay, the Skype username, once again, United Kingdom Radio. That's if you're with us live. It's just coming up to 10 to 4 on Saturday, the 9th of October, 2010. There's a phone-in number. It's a local London number, 020 3287 1488. 020 3287 1488. I can do that now without even looking down at the little piece of paper that I've got stuck on here in front of me. Okay, 020 3287 1488. If you're listening to a recording of the show at any time, or indeed the podcasts, you can still join in by email. In fact, most people still do join in by email. And very easy. That is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Carl has just messaged, what am I going to do at tea time now, as I usually listen to your show? Well, I should start work on your facelift. I'm just keeping an eye on the Facebook in front of me here. And one of my friends is going to see the X Factor tonight. Of course, the live shows are starting tonight, and this is where I join X Factor. I don't really watch any of that old rubbish where they're having the auditions and all that. It just does my brain in. And then going to the stars' homes. I mean, it's all just, look what I've got. I've no real interest in seeing what Simon Cowell's house is like or anything like that. It's all too much. Do you know what I mean? It's all right in your face. Oh, come and look what I've got. I can't stand anything like that. But I do like the live shows, and that starts tonight on ITV. So I shall be looking forward to that. One of my friends is actually at this moment queuing up. I believe it's at Wembley to go and see the X Factor, and he's got a queue for 4 hours. 4 hours to get into the... Why do they have to go there so early? Has anyone been to... I'd love to go to the X Factor. I'd quite like to... But to queue for 4 hours... I don't think so. Email time, boys and girls. First of all, hello to Mark in Bristol, who I haven't heard from for ages and ages. Hello, Mark. And he says, hello, Chris. Well, there I am. I can't sleep. I download yours and other podcasts now from United Kingdom Radio. Yes, as well as my podcast. You can download lots of others. All the others present. All the shows are on podcast, except for Lee's at the moment. We're just waiting for him to come on to the audio stream, and then they'll start going on there again. But all the presenters' podcasts, if you can't join us live, you can always get the podcast by going to unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, and on the left-hand side it says download podcast. Click on there and choose whatever one you want. Okay, mine are also on my main site at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and they're going back 5 years now. Okay, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Mark says, I listen to all of you through the night, and boyfriend says I keep him awake giggling at stuff you say. Oh, he asleep. Well, not my fault, dear. Has he not got a sense of humour? I mean, it must be wonderful to be in bed with someone but actually listening to someone else. I mean, I can understand that. I've had this always, I often get threatening letters from girlfriends and boyfriends of people that are listening, rather listen to me in their bed other than their partner. And the other thing is, of course, when you take me to bed at night, I won't pass wind under the covers. I'll just be quietly buzzing away in your ears for as long as you want. I mean, don't forget there are 5 years worth of shows now on unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. You can have me buzzing away in your ear all night long, and I will never ever pass wind under those covers. Isn't that awful when people do that? He says, oh, he asleep. Time I wasn't allowed to sleep. He kept me awake all night. He has banned me from listening to you in bed. Well, I'd move beds. Go and get separate beds then. You know how it is after you've been with someone for so long anyway. You don't want to really sleep with them anymore anyway, do you? Be honest. I bet you don't. You'd rather be in a bed on your own, wouldn't you? He said, you were so bad last week talking about leaks on the mattress. Yeah, well, my cat was leaking. My cat seemed to be leaking, not at the front end, on my duvet. And it did remind me of, people leaking on their mattresses. You do leak. Some people do leak. They leak at night. He says, but hey, it happens, not that I ever leaked. Love Stacey and Suko and all you guys. Hey, as subjects, star signs. Do they reflect the person's persona? Well, I don't know. I'm Aquarius. So what does that say about me? I'm an Aquarius. 5th of February, if you want to write that down. I should be... Don't tell anyone. Now, you know I share this as a secret with you and no one else, dear viewer and loyal listener to United Kingdom Talk and United Kingdom Radio. In February, I will be 48. I know, I don't look it. It's in the genes, you know. I will be 48 in February. Gifts will be accepted. So it's October, November, December, January. You've got 4 months to save up for a decent present. I will be home in time for my birthday after my long holiday in Australia. He says, oh, by the way, how do people talk to you when you're live? Is it through Skype? Yes, they use Skype. Our Skype username here is United Kingdom Radio. Okay, that's our Skype. But there's a phone number as well. You can phone in as well. 020-3287-1488. Now, Mark did send another email in. Where's that gone now? Oh, Mark, where's your other one gone? I had 2 from you. Didn't I have 2? Oh, there it is. There it is. Just a minute now. Oh, Mikey Holt's with us this afternoon. Late again. It's all right, Mikey. I have noticed you ringing in other shows. Always on time for other shows, but not for mine. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've just been cast aside, clearly. I've been cast aside by Mikey Holt. Good afternoon. Sorry I'm late, but I noticed something. The audio stream sounds better quality. Well done. We haven't done anything, Mikey. It's your end, dear. You're the only one that ever complains. There's nothing wrong anywhere. All right? There we are. Now, Mark also says... I always listen to your shows, usually on the iPods. I listened to your birthday show last Saturday, and you were saying about how you started in radio, the speakers in the kitchens, the transmitters for radios. It brought so many memories back for me, as that's what I did too. Yeah, if you missed that show, you can go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And I think it's last Saturday's show, Saturday the 2nd of October 2010, is where I tell you how I actually started in radio when I was all but a young boy of just 15 years old. Same age as what Mikey Holt is now, but I didn't used to complain so much as Mikey. Always complaining, Mikey Holt. Always finding something to moan about, dear. Let me see. I'm going to miss a bit of this out because it's a bit... Let me see. No, I can't read that out. You're praising me, and I can't read them things out. I'm sorry. Let me have a look. Here we go. You were talking about Belushes. He says, Ari, your job. Did you get it? You mean the one in Greenwich? Well, I did, but after trying to travel down to Greenwich on a Tuesday afternoon, the job I was taking was offered on another night. But I went down there on a Tuesday afternoon to check the journey, and after 2 hours travelling, I still hadn't got there. And at that point, I thought, well, there's no way I want to do this every week, so I decided not to do it in the end. Okay, so that's the reason for that. Won't be doing. I'm very sad about that, actually, because it's a lovely pub. It's right next to the Greenwich train station. It's on the corner. It's got a nice little stage there. It's a lovely shape, clean bar, nice customers. You know, always the Belushes customers are always quite young and energetic. But it just took too long to get there, and I cannot see myself driving 2 hours to get to work. It's just, it's nothing to do with the money or anything like that. If I was offered twice the amount of money, I still wouldn't do it because I couldn't hack the traffic. I can't travel 2 hours to work. It's just too much. He says, I loved the missive, are you driving through Deptford and possibly getting pulled over into the bushes by hoodies? Yeah, don't ever go to Deptford. God almighty, you have to drive through Deptford, certainly if you're coming this way, to get to Greenwich. And that is rough. I've been to some rough places in my time, but let me tell you, Deptford is rough. They're all out there hanging around outside shops and things like that. So very, very dangerous. Then he says, Chris, you're a star. Congratulations on all you do. And now that you have 5 years chat under your belt. Well, I haven't got a belt on, but I think I know what you mean. Thank you very much for that, Mark. And one more email before we disappear today, from Joe Morris. Just watched your October the 7th, 2010 programme. To be told the truth, I didn't get to finish the programme. I opened the windows and warmed up along with you in my new neighbourhood. Joe Morris has moved. He has moved, boys and girls. And he puts in brackets, fat people in tight clothes, beg pardon. Well, that's me, I think. I've got this pair of tracksuit bottoms on today, actually. You see, don't see my bottom half. I only actually, to do the show, I only worry about the shirt. The bottom half, you know, I could be sitting here completely naked, apart from those two items. You don't know, do you? I mean, I could be like that. He says, now I'm incarcerated in a dingy southern US jail, yet I'm still singing away. La la, la 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 la. Oh, you keep singing that. You keep singing that tune. He says, they are coming to take me away. Ha ha! Worry not. Don't worry about being taken. I've been taken. I'm hoping one day to be taken away. I really am. How long have we got here? Keeping an eye on the time. I won't be running over time like some people we can mention. He says, please send bail money. Any amounts are greatly appreciated beyond belief. I'm sure they are. Let's have a look here. Please, translation. I can't believe Chris Reardon sent me bail money. God love him. God will reward me in heaven for all the bail money I reckon that I'm sending you. You're still the best ever. Happy belated 5th anniversary from Joe. Thank you very much for Joe. And that's it from me. Don't forget the email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll be back here live on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock UK time. Coming up next, Mr. Tom Hanks. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.